you African American?
I don't understand the question.
Rachel Dolezal may have claimed she didn't understand that question, but it eventually prompted her resignation as president of the NAACP chapter in Spokane, Washington. And it raised a lot of other questions for our panel last night: Jack Bergman, Ari Rabenhoft, and Larry Elder. Larry, when you heard about this story and the notion of a white woman identifying herself as black, what was your take on this?
My first take was it shows you that being black in America ain't all that bad. We're told by Eric Holder that blacks still suffer from pernicious racism. Why would a white person pretend to be black unless there are advantages? Follow the money. She got jobs, promotion, prestige, and was able to benefit from that reservoir of white guilt.
Ari, we have heard some talk that that if a person regards themselves as black, even though they may be Caucasian, they're transitioning, they're transracial. Do you take seriously any of these designations that she just felt she was transracial?
Well, first, the word transracial actually has a completely different context. It actually relates to having some personal experience in this area. It relates to an adoption process whereby a family of one race adopts somebody of a different race. That is actually the context of the word transracial in that situation. Trying to compare it to transgenderism is a completely misallocation of terms, misallocation of what's going on here. Look, I think she clearly had a fraudulent background, created elements of her background which were clearly untrue. And I think that's actually part of this. This was a case of fraud, not of somebody misidentifying as another race.
Jack Bergman then took aim at the NAACP, and to say his take was provocative, well, that would be an understatement.
The problem is that we have organizations dedicated to race at all. That's what this controversy signals to me. Why do we have an organization that's dedicated to the advancement of a group of people with a certain skin color? I mean, forgive me, but that sounds like something awful. Sounds like the Ku Klux Klan is what that sounds like. I mean, if somebody wanted to
really
National Association for the Advancement of White People, they would call you a racist.
To the Ku Klux Klan?
Jack's opinion prompted strong reaction from both Ari and me. Amidst the crosstalk, you may not have heard Ari's question to Jack. He asked, you would really compare the NAACP to the KKK? In my opinion, there's no comparison. The National Association for the Advancement of Colored People was founded in February of 1909 by both blacks and whites. It advocates peaceful change through the political process, not by terror tactics and violence. Now, this is not to say that the pervasive politics of the left have not overtaken it, a point Larry Elder made clear when I asked him this question. Larry, is the NAACP, with its historic standing and the challenges of the civil rights movement, racist?
No, they're not, but they ought to rename themselves National Association for the Advancement of Certain People. I got that from a Twitter follower, because they only want to advance people who are left-wing and black. That's the problem.
A constant problem in television is a genuine four-letter word, T-I-M-E. We ran out of time during that discussion, but we'll invite those guests back to continue it in the not-too-distant future. But again, there's no comparing the NAACP to the KKK, and that's the way I see it. Now, last night, we promised you an update on that 99-year-old vet, a Pearl Harbor survivor who wants to move closer to his family in California. Earlier today, I was in contact with some of my old colleagues on Capitol Hill, as well as the family concerned. We'll stay on top of the story, and we'll bring you updates as we get them. But it's important to remember, for any problems you encounter with the federal government, your first call should always be to your congressman. And in terms of social media, you've been calling out to this recovering congressman, and we begin the comments with that veteran story. Take a look at this. It comes in from Patriot, who emailed us to say, for those denying Mr. Vandersloot's VA housing near his family and friends, I say, this centurion devil dog did not serve only California. Give that man access to VA housing anywhere that he desires. He served our entire country. Semper Fi. Patriot, I couldn't have said it better myself. See you later tonight at 10 with more on the Trump speech. Stay brave, stay free, stay tuned.